It's your boy Concert Viz 34, and today I'm going to be talking about the Dave Matthews Band taking a year off. I'll have my thoughts about the break of the full band not performing any shows this year. I'll have some thoughts on the ticketing process and the venue sizes for the Dave and Tim tour. Dave Matthews, Tim Reynolds going on a little spring/summer tour. And then I'll talk about some shows to watch on this tour and what shows I think you should keep an eye on. Now, as far as Dave Matthews and his band, Dave Matthews Band taking the year off, I think this is a great thing for what they call DMB 3.0. This lineup includes some of the core members: Dave Matthews on acoustic guitar, lead vocals. We have Stefan Lassard on bass, Boyd Tinsley on violin, Carter Beauford on the drums, and then they have their side chicks, supporting musicians with them, as far as Tim Reynolds on the electric guitar and sometimes on acoustic when they do the two sets. You have Jeff Coffin on the saxophone, and then you have Rashawn Ross on various horns. He does some vocals as well, and I know Carter at times does vocals. But I think it's a great thing that they're taking the year off, because this iteration of the Dave Matthews Band, which has had many different shapes, sizes, and forms, is really been around and kind of played out what they've been able to accomplish. They've reached their peak, in my opinion, as far as their cool ideas, their new takes on old songs, and I think a year off will help them to have a little bit more energy should they come back in 2018. We never know until we can see it. Pixar didn't happen, so I'm not going to believe they're back until it's 2018, but most likely they will be back. Some of the stuff that I wish they could change is allowing for certain songs to have the original feel, which was back before there was an electric guitar and before a lot of horn play. As far as Rashawn, I hope that when they come back, some of the songs like Seek Up, which is still a great song, has a little bit less horn at the beginning, where the sax and the horn are fighting against each other, which is cool for one time, but to hear it multiple times like that, I hope it goes back to a little more subtle and a more organic build-up. And there's just many other songs I can give examples of where hopefully Tim turns down. He's gotten better over the years, but look, I like that some of the songs are great with the original sound without that heavy guitar presence. And some songs should stay the way they are as far as the extra guitar features and feelings. I hope, even though it's really a dream, I hope some of the tempos can slow down. Again, I doubt that's going to happen. But songs like Don't Drink the Water, way too fast now. Gray Street, way too fast now, in my opinion. So hopefully this time off will allow them to rethink certain stuff, although again, I don't think that's going to happen. At the bare minimum, I hope this time off just gives them some more ideas, gives them some more fresh approaches, because some of the songs from following this band since 2012, as far as personally going to shows, I couldn't afford shows again. I was a broke college kid and a broke high school kid back in the day. My parents took care of me well, but I just didn't have a lot of money to go to shows. But from 2012 on, I've started to see certain things become more and more predictable, as far as they don't play the whole catalog every tour, but there's certain stuff you could predict in 2016 and even parts of 2015, where in previous years there was a lot more surprises, a little more spontaneous feeling of, oh, this song's coming out, it's making its tour debut. So I really hope that this break gives the band a feeling to at least back to about 2012 or even 2013. 2013, low-key, in my opinion, was lit. I went to the Hartford shows and one of the Mansfield shows in Mansfield, Mass, and there was a bunch of different songs played. June 7th, 2013, we had Dreaming Tree. We had a Running Down the Dream premiere. That doesn't matter, but it was just cool to get that. We had some amazing songs come out in amazing form in 2013, and even 2012. The one show I regret seeing is the May 26th show, which is a very popular show. Again, there was a lot of great Northeast shows in 2012, 2013. And I'm sure before that, everything in the Northeast is always lit for Dave Matthews Band. So I hope that we get some better shows with this break for 2018, should they come back as the Dave Matthews Band with everyone returning. So I just want to share some thoughts as far as the ticket process in the venue selection for the Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds summer tour. Now, many other parts of the Dave Matthews Band will be doing different sort of musical appearances and performances, but the main one that people are looking for is Dave himself with Tim Reynolds, both playing acoustic guitars, doing a mini tour, about 2 months, and even in that 2 months there's a little bit of a break across parts of the United States. What we have to realize is, first, this is just a partial tour. It's not a full summer tour. There's not West Coast shows. Most of it is in the Northeast / Mid-Atlantic, and there's some Southern shows as well. Get to some of the Central Time Zone locations like Chicago and Tuscaloosa, but it really is a mini tour, and it's only in select cities. So just by knowing that, I think fans should have been more prepared that, look, it's going to be harder to get tickets. A lot of fans were upset. Oh, why couldn't we get tickets? It's sold out. I can't find a ticket here. Why did Saratoga? Both nights are SPAC. You can't find a ticket. But the reality is, when a band, even parts of a band like Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds, cut what they usually do into really like a quarter of the shows they do, it's going to be that much harder to get tickets. There's no Northeast shows in New England at all. So Hartford, I'm from the Hartford area. Shout out to everyone in CT. No shows at the Meadows, or Xfinity Theater as it's called now. There's no shows at the Xfinity Center up in Massachusetts, right in that Patriot land, right off 495. Shout out to all those people out there. I have family in Marlborough, Mass, so I'm always up there when I can see a Dave Matthews show up there, but there's no show there. No shows in New Hampshire, no shows in Maine, where a lot of the Northeast fans continue to chase the band up to the Canadian border. There's no shows there. So the reality is, guess where all those fans are going to go for the on sales? They're going to go to Jones Beach out there in Long Island. Shout out to Long Island. Or they're going to go up to upstate New York, Saratoga Springs, or the 2 nights at SPAC. So SPAC already sells out even when there's a full Northeast tour coverage as far as the New England shows they usually have. But now there's no Dave and Tim New England shows. Of course, SPAC is going to sell out. People were so mad online as far as Facebook and in the forums. Oh, it's sold out. Couldn't get a ticket. It happens. Life goes on. Deal with it, you know? If you can't afford the secondary, wait till closer to the show. If a ticket comes available, it's in your price range, buy it. If not, try to go to another show, or just, get a lawn seat. I know it sucks, a lawn on SPAC sucks, but hey, you're in the venue. You can listen to the music, or just listen to taper versions and don't go at all. But the reality is, with this tour being reduced, you're going to have a lot harder time finding tickets. But tickets are still there. Tuscaloosa is not sold out. For the same price to go to SPAC, you could probably drive down to Tuscaloosa or take a train or something, and you're not, if you can finance all that, you'll get a face value ticket to Tuscaloosa. So it's really a thing where the fans have to understand Dave doesn't want to do as many shows as he usually does in the summer, so there's going to be a lot more demand. One of the things we also should look at is some of the venue sizes and some shows to watch. So Nashville, May 6th and 7th, sold out. One thing to keep in mind, 2,300 seats. 2,300 seats. Where I had graduation was 3,000 seats for a small school in South Windsor, Connecticut. So we had about 3,000 seats for parents and the students. So Nashville is very intimate. 4,500 people on the lawn, 6,800 people total. So that's why it sold out very quick. And I think this is going to be an interesting set of shows because typically Dave's not doing 2 nights in a Tennessee venue. It'll be cool to see the variety and different things there. So Nashville on the 6th and 7th, definitely a show to watch. Again, another smaller venue, Jacksonville. Their new venue that opened up right by the Jaguars Everbank Field, which is actually, it's on the south part of the campus for the Everbank Field. That new venue, 5,500 people, sold out. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how the crowd is there, how the acoustics there. It's a brand new venue that's opening up there, opening in May with Tedeschi Trucks, I believe, is the first act there. Chicago, Illinois, another show sold out. Be interesting to see what goes on there on June 10th. As far as Midwest, a lot of DMB fans. I know Alpine people have heard the sad news that Alpine is closed for this season, trying to figure out what to do. So everyone's flocking to Chirac to see DMB. You know what I'm saying? So, be a cool show. Columbia, the last show of the tour, sold out. What will they do in the finale? Will there be some guests? Who knows? And obviously, you have the two shows at SPAC, Saratoga Springs, New York. I will be going to night one to check out Dave and Tim there. Always heard great things about it. It'll be my first time at SPAC for anything, any sort of concert ever. I've been trying to go for years, but it's hard to get tickets to a lot of the popular acts there, and for me it's a little bit of a drive from Connecticut through kind of back highways and back roads. So I'll check it out, see what's going on there. But there's definitely, it'll be interesting to see what is played on the tour, and I will have a video coming out next week about what I want to see from this tour. But today I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on the break, thoughts on the ticketing process, and some shows to watch. So what do you guys think? What shows are you guys going to shout out in the comments? What did you think of the ticketing process? Did you think it was unfair? Did you have realistic expectations? Were you shocked you couldn't get tickets? What about my West Coast people? How did you feel about there being no West Coast shows for Dave and Tim? Let me know what you think, but definitely like, subscribe, check out all the videos on my page. I got everything. Like I always say, very eclectic music taste. I got J. Cole, Stevie Wonder, Billy Joel, Grateful Dead as far as Dead and Company, obviously Dave Matthews, some Rush. Like I said, everything. I love all types of music, so I share it with you guys. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you're watching this video. Peace out.